Golden Tate to the Eagles matters, and I'll tell you why. Wide receivers in the NFL, due to rule changes, have become three-point shooters in the NBA. They used to be specialists. Used to have have a three-point shooter like Steve Kerr 20 years ago with the Bulls. He was a specialist. Steve Kerr in a golf bag was a sand wedge. Now Steve Kerr in the NBA would be a putter or a 9-iron or a driver or a 3-wood. He'd be valuable. Things that used to be a specialty, like if you owned a big company 15 years ago and you had a really good internet site, you had a digital presence. It was like, it's a great company, brick and mortar, but they got a cool website. Now, if you don't have a cool website, the CEO gets fired. It's no longer a specialty. It is a necessity. Okay, if you look at Golden Tate to Philadelphia, they got the quarterback, star tight end, good O-line, great pass rush, excellent coach, great GM. Boy, they could use a difference maker outside, and they just picked that up. At this time of the year in the NFL, we're getting close to Thanksgiving. There's always about 7 or 8 teams that feel like, because this is the way it works. I mean, in the NBA now that Houston stinks, what do we have, 2, 3? In baseball, end of the year, you felt like there were 6. In football today, there feels like there's 8 teams to me that are in the Super Bowl bubble. And I was on the fence with Philadelphia, and then they went and got Golden Tate. And the teams to me that feel like these 8 teams are going to win the Super Bowl are New England, Pittsburgh, Chargers, Texans, Kansas City, Rams, Saints, Eagles, all with good wide receivers. By the way, Carolina is on the out looking in real close. And the reason is they're not going to get any cheap over-the-top touchdowns because they're not good enough at wide receiver. Carolina's on the outside looking in. If you look at the Chargers, Saints, Eagles now, Kansas City, New England, Houston, Pittsburgh, weapons. And now, Minnesota and Atlanta have good wide receivers. That doesn't guarantee you're in. Minnesota's quarterback's not good enough. I can't put him in, and Atlanta's got deficiencies on the defensive side. But Greg Jennings was talking about this yesterday. You see this in three-point shooters. They're no longer a luxury. They're no longer a specialty. Doesn't matter if you have LeBron. If you don't have 2 legitimate, big-time three-point shooters, you're not winning the Western or the Eastern Conference. You're not. You're not winning it. And in the NFL, when Golden Tate goes to Philadelphia, I think about them differently this morning. I really do. They're in the club of 8. Here's Greg Jennings.
I like the Philadelphia move. I like Golden Tate. When I look at this Philadelphia Eagles team, they just extended and added to not only their running game, but obviously their passing game. Golden Tate is a running back playing wide receiver. He's a big, heavy yards after the catch guy. You get the ball out of Carson Wentz's hands quick, fast, slot guy that they trust more than even a Nelson Aguilar, and he adds that stability.
Totally agree. First of all, how great was it yesterday? We had all these playoff teams adding people. The NFL trading deadline, it used to be in baseball, they had the hot stove league. That used to be a baseball thing, but the NFL is so smart that they moved the trading deadline back 2 weeks, which is brilliant, because now by week 8, if you're 1-7, 2-6, 3-5, like Denver's lost twice to the Chiefs now, why not get rid of a receiver? The NFL, baseball used to own this space. Now it's football. Now it's the NBA. Football moved back their trading deadline 2 weeks, and so Detroit's like, yeah, we don't have the Minnesota, we're not this. By week 6, years ago, no, teams wouldn't bail on players. But by week 8, 1-7, 2-6, 3-5, you lose to the Chiefs twice. If you're Denver, let's move people. I thought it was a great move for Philadelphia.